Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Pass to White. The three ball. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Tom Thibodeau, who talks about the task of facing Jimmy Butler, the fiery wing. Coach said, you can talk about the scouting report all you want with Jimmy, but he brings the extra dimension. Butler has the attitude that is unmatched in the league. The passion of Jimmy Butler in full focus tonight, Brian.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Doris, OG Anunoby helped the Raptors so much on their title run in 2019.
Yeah, the hard part is he was never able to suit up for the NBA Finals. To get through the season and then have an injury at that point, heartbreaking for a player. But consider, he's the first UK-born player to win an NBA title, and that cannot be taken away.
Here's James, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. That shot off. Great D that time from Allen.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
White, good.
You have to have a quick release in the catch-and-shoot game. Otherwise, you allow the defender to catch up. Derek White's like, no, sir, I'm putting this one home.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Pass to Butler. Outside, Green. And the three off target.
Just brutal. I mean, 5 straight misses to begin the game.
Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
Here's Holiday, following the bucket by the Knicks. Here's Butler, and the layup falls.
This guy making his presence felt. Jimmy Butler, the ultimate competitor.
And Harden's got the ball here for New York. Outside White. Back to Harden. And Harden with the slam.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. from the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No points yet. Got it.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Here's Harden. Lays it up and banks it in. Harden's got his second basket.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Green. Over James. Rejected by James.
Wow, LeBron James sends it back. Ooh, LeBron on the defensive end.
Number 11, Kyrie Irving.
Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Pass to James. A minute 39 left in the first quarter here. Allen outside. Doesn't go that time.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That one on White. Grant, we all know how good Kyrie Irving is, but he's especially lethal in the fourth quarter.
And his clutch moments go far beyond his series winner in the 2016 finals. He thrives in high-pressure moments and has done so his whole career.
All right, Doris, Kyrie Irving is a special talent. What's his greatest asset, you think, on the floor?
Oh, B.A., this is a tough question. If you ask NBA players, they'll tell you the guy with the best handle historically is Kyrie Irving. But to me, his best attribute, fearlessness, the ability to deliver when it most matters.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. 1:25 left in the first quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Hornets trail by 4. Pass to Holiday. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. Outside for Green. Back to Holiday. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Three-pointer, Vucevic. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. 35 seconds left in the first. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Pass to Eason. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Vucevic. Outside for Butler. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to go. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Holiday. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Knicks. They're up by 4. After this break.
The Hornets, 8.
If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for New York?
So far, they've been immensely aggressive on the defensive side, denying easy shots, and it's made a difference in the game.
And boy, if they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
New York leading by 6. Pass to Dort. 4-3. It's rebounded by Zubac. And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
Now Murray. He's scoreless. Back to Eason. Outside Murray. Outside Eason. Shot clock at 6. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Murray drives in.
You see the speed there. Love watching Murray go right towards the rim and convert.
Pass to DeRozan. Elbow shot on the way. Reed with the rebound. New York leading by 8. Eason up top. Toppin with a steal. Outside Irving. To the inside. Zubac inside. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Here's Eason. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Kyrie Irving.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, B.A., they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Now here's Butler. Harden with the defensive effort. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for New York. Following this one, they get to host the Bulls. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. Ooh, here's White on the drive. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Hornets trail by 9. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to the right wing. They still need this. And he lays it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket of the game.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Outside Anunoby. Pass to James. And again, the Knicks missing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA doing his thing in close.
This second quarter, he's been much better, improving over that slow start.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense is elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Yep, that one goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
He's been a marksman this period. The shot mechanics finally in sync.
James with the ball. Guarded by Vucevic. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Hornets trail by 6. Outside Holiday. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots from the line. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drains the triple. Green's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Harden surveying the D. Allen on the wing. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. And the Knicks lead by 5.
Jared Allen simply getting more and more comfortable. How about the rise and fire in the catch and shoot? Okay.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Hornets trail by 5. Outside Irving. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by New York.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Alan. Thanks.
Second team foul. Substitution for the away team, number 40.
Here's Harden.
DeMar DeRozan.
Anunoby on the wing. Outside White. Clock at 6. Here's James. Nice work inside from James.
Yeah, one of the best in the history of the league, just taking advantage of what the defense wants to give him. LeBron, the midi, yes, sir.
Down low. Back to Irving. Pass to DeRozan. Now here's Lopez. Off target with the 3.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Allen. White on the wing. Allen in the high post. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. For the finish. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
And that's got to hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Knicks out in front, leading by 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pass to Allen. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Allen's got his second basket of the night.
Well, how about the touch inside from Jared Allen? This guy has got such length and mobility. You add that touch and look out, folks. He's going to be tremendous.
Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Pass to Vucevic. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Vucevic. Shot clock at 5. Yep, count it.
Well, Nikola Vucevic can score against excellent defense. That is a good finish in close.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. New York making a switch here. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if you see this type of longevity ever again.
Knicks leading by 5. Outside Reed. From deep. Counted from distance. Reed's got his first 3 points of the game.
This has always been an aspect of Naz Reid's game, the ability to spread the floor from 3.
Holiday with the ball. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Butler. Three-pointer, Vucevic. The rebound by Bridges. Outside Eason. And there's the drive. Reed for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Gilgeous-Alexander. And that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
There's so many ways Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can create for this offense. He's becoming one of the top scorers in the game.
And it's Murray finishing it off.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Vucevic gets the bucket.
Mr. Vucevic has elite range for a big man. He will punish you from downtown if you let him.
Outside Reed. Ooh, some solid defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. Hornets trail by 8. SGA on the move. Off with the layup. And the Knicks with possession. Inside. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Timeout.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
That's a good timeout. They just can't hit anything.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Keep it up for him, fans.
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Zubac. Toppin outside. Here's the 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City. Playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to review the game plan.
On your feet, fans, and make some noise. It's your Knicks City Dancer.
Here's Bridges. Right side Reed. 4 on the clock. Dort for 3. And again, the Knicks missing. Hornets trail by 8. Outside Irving. From 18 feet away. Reed with the rebound.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And the layup is good. Reed's got 8 points in the quarter. Here's DeRozan. Into the lane. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
1:19 left to play in the third quarter. Back to Zubac. 6 to shoot. Here's Irving.
We all know Dort is one of the outstanding defenders in the game, and boy, how about that contest? He is a difference maker on that end.
.50 seconds left in the third. Murray with it, and it's Toppin picking him up. And out of bounds, Charlotte will have it.
Checking in for the away team, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Nembhard.
Hornets trail by 10. Pass to Zubac. Outside for Irving. And here is DeRozan. Outside Butler. Three-pointer. Reed with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's Easton. Back to Murray. Easton up top. All alone. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. And now it's a 12-point Knick lead. DeRozan for 3. That one doesn't drop. Naz Reid has been on display for the Knicks. He had solid production this quarter with scoring and rebounding.
The Hornets, 28.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Hornets trail by 12. Holiday taking his time here. Butler on the wing. Back to Holiday. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Vucevic. Outside Butler. The three-pointer off the mark. And it's Murray with the ball for the New York Knicks. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Here's Easton. Outside Reed. Back to Easton. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron.
Naz Reid, what a nice find. This guy always has his eyes up and ready to look for options.
Here's Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
So active on offense. Murray doing it himself.
Green for 3. Green able to hit from 3.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Tom Thibodeau coaching his team during that last break. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Allen. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Defensive foul.
And they just continue to sharpen their offense here in the second half.
First personal foul.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
Also, I just love how hard they've taken the ball to the rack. They've made a point of attacking, and it's led to them getting buckets.
Here's Butler. Oh, excellent D there from Harden.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Holiday. With the drive. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Holiday. From deep three-point land. The rebound by Allen. Knicks leading by 14. Here's Harden. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic. Doris, looking back at James Harden's time in Houston, what an incredible individual run he went on.
Come on, Brian. Finished in the top 3 in MVP voting 5 times with the Rockets. Came so close to getting to an NBA Finals. He's still beloved in the city of Houston.
Ooh, too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
What's been amazing to watch is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going from good player to now putting his name at the very top of the list in terms of great guards in the league.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Buries it down low. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points here in the second half.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
Here's James. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Always willing to embrace contact. LeBron James has the kind of frame that can absorb it any time.
That free throw good from James. So hits one and misses one at the line.
And they've been so much more aggressive drawing the whistle here in the second half. Big rebound there. Now the question is, can they be better on the boards down the stretch? It remains to be seen.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Opportunistic Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets one to go.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. The Hornets making a switch here.
Substitution for the away team.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Here's Irving. James with the rebound.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Pass to Harden. Back to Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Oh, this guy has got tremendous length and hops. Jared Allen makes it easy.
Gets the 3 to fall.
The three-pointer becomes a very high percentage shot when he's that wide open. You got to get a hand in his face.
And here's Anunoby. McDaniels covering. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Back to White. Anunoby on the wing. Pass to Harden. James, left side. Vucevic with a steal. Releases. Irving, no good. New York leading by 13.
And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Good performance for the Knicks.
A pair of tremendous rebounding teams.
And these guys played a little harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
DeRozan right side. Pass to McDaniels. Outside Irving. Fades. And the shot goes.
Irving.
And so James will bring it up for the Knicks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Harden. Sweet little floater. And the Knicks lead by 13.
Now, James Harden has made a living out of tough shot making. And I'll tell you, the defense pretty good right there. James Harden just better.
And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one.
The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. Earlier in the season, the Charlotte Hornets ended up losing their last game in this matchup. It's the Knicks. They'll be trying to turn things around and climb out of a hole down 2-0 in this season series.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Hits the three-point bomb.
Three-point goal.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
Here's Harden. That one goes. Count it. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Pass to Green. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the call is going to be, yes, it is an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Here's Anunoby. The layup off target. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice jump shot. Good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
To the inside. Here's Allen. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Now, here is Harden. Pocket 6. Takes it inside. Comes up empty down low.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Pass to Butler. Lets it go. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And he hit his foul shots a season ago at about a 74% clip.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. So it's the Knicks now. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, Kevin, I did have a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau, and he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Harden with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. With the drive. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Vucevic in the corner. And here is Butler. That shot, no good. White with the defensive effort. When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
New York shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
At the line, 2 shots.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
2 minutes remaining.
Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team. And it's not just because they're winning. It's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Here is Harden, following the score by Obi Toppin. It's Harden with the drive. Pass to Allen. Shot clock at 6. Cans the shot from the wing. Allen's got his second basket of the night.
Well, the big fella is so skilled. I mean, Jared Allen's jump shot is excellent for a center. Solid mechanics, and it really spaces the floor for him and his teammates.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for New York. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. Charlotte trailing. Over Murray. And it's DeRozan missing. Knicks on offense. Pass to Bridges. Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Clark with the Hornets, they were hit with injuries as hard as any team in the NBA in the 23-24 season.
Kevin, I couldn't agree with you more. They were so unfortunate in that regard, and it's not anything you can control, and it made it almost impossible for them to have a productive season because of those injuries.
Stolen by Middleton. Now 8 seconds. Look out!
Yes, sir, Obi Toppin. Very few better at throwing it down than him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
He's off on the second.
On the floor, Murray is electrifying. I mean, he delivers relentless effort, and it keeps his whole squad energized and engaged.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Murray. Lays it up off the glass.
You know, when Murray finishes like this, guys, it shows you how aggressive his mindset is in attacking the defense.
Bridges with the steal. Got it off in time. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Hornets on top, leading by just one.
15.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Outside DeRozan. Over in the corner, Zubac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Reed. They grab their own miss. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
You want your team to be aggressive on the glass, but he was a little too zealous for that rebound.
Yeah, it appeared to me as he was trying to get a piggyback ride, man. That's an easy call to make and going to be called every time.
And Murray, here we go. To the middle. Here's Eason. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
The Knicks have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night. Jamal Murray is still an elite scorer, and Clarkie has fought through so many injuries.
And it's remarkable that he's as explosive off the bounce as he is after the injuries that he's dealt with. His ability to create a shot, especially at crunch time, one of the best in the league. The pull-up jumper, the teardrop, and the three. He's got all of those.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Stolen by Holiday. And here we go. Hornets running again. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Pass to Eason. Reed with it. Vucevic defending. Reed in the post. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the wide open shot from Green. On the wing, Green. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. Green's got the lead up to 3 now for Charlotte.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Al Harden. Down low. White. Vucevic with the rebound.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Spins. 6 to shoot. Kept alive. Now Butler. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over White. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. And now a 5-point Charlotte lead. Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches. And we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway. But we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
James gets inside and finishes.
Vintage LeBron there, owning the lane. I mean, who's going to stop that?
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times. Harden looking it over. Pass to Allen. The kick out to LeBron. Wow, the athleticism of LeBron James.
How many times have we seen that? I mean, LeBron going right through and into the defense and finds a way to power through the contact as if he hasn't even been hit.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Number 11.
Green, the screen. Here's Irving. Misses in close.
Uh-oh. Changed his mind on the way up and tricked himself.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So no doubt expectations will be high.
Fade away. And it falls over the rim and in. Irving's got his first basket.
Yeah, this part of the game is coming back for Kyrie. It's always been there, but he's showing more of it now.
Screen by Allen. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. They trail by 1. Trying to find White. Gets it to him. It's stolen by Vucevic. Irving with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. From past the arc. Again, Irving missing.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Inside. That's a 2 from Butler. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hornets lead by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And so here's Charlotte. It's a 1-point game. Outside, Green. And stolen by Anunoby. Here's James. LeBron James finishes off the break.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Pass to Butler. The kick out to Holiday. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Anunoby. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that go into rebounding, guys. You need strength, you need positioning, but I think timing and a nose for the ball most important. And I think you're right. That's what got him that call, his physicality and strength.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Picked by Vucevic. Shoots. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15 points. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Knicks with the lead. Murray with it. He has 7. To the paint. Here's Eason. Hornets with the rebound. DeRozan inside. Here's Zubac. Now here's McDaniels. Still without a basket. Here's Toppin. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 1.
That's where Toppin does most of his damage, and he's incredibly efficient down there.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Two minutes into the second half of play now. For 3, Bridges. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
Dort wide open. That 3 off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his first foul. Here's Irving. Pass to McDaniels. Toppin inside. 5 to shoot. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Murray, no good. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Charlotte. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Knicks on offense. Here's Bridges. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report.
And sometimes you just get a step on the defender. Bridges saw an opening there and exploited it.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
It'll be a jump ball.
Pass to Vucevic. Charlotte moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to Holiday. Over Murray. And the shot falls short this time.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with him.
Now Reed. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And Holiday with a clear path to the hoop. And finished off by DeRozan.
This is what DeRozan is known for. He loves taking flight and hammering it down.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And the Hornets making a change here. And so here is New York. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. Picked by Reed. And Murray. Here we go. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul.
And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this court.
It's stolen by Dort. Into the lane. And he banks in the layup. Dort got the lead up to 3 now for the Knicks. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Bridges outside. Pass to Reed. Murray with it. 4 on the clock. Bridges for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Now it's a 6-point New York lead.
Clock's ticking, but Bridges totally unfazed.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Eason, the screen. Inside. Out to the right wing. Wide open look here for Murray. And the Knicks hit again from deep. And so it's New York bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Knicks.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. The Knicks leading by 7. Here's Harden. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
And the Hornets making a change here.
For the away team, number 15.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
To the inside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Hornets trail by 5. And there's the drive. Back to Vucevic. Outside Butler. To the middle. Shoots. Here's Vucevic. Out to DeRozan. Shot clock at 2. And James pulls it down. The Knicks leading by 5. And here's White. Down low. And finished off by LeBron.
In attack mode. We've seen this from James now for what? 2 decades?
There's Vucevic. A bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Jared Allen.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. James looking around. And finished off by LeBron.
Still possessing incredible athleticism. LeBron James, when he attacks like this, you can almost forget about stopping.
Here's Vucevic. The kick out to Holiday. Back to Vucevic. That shot, no good. Excellent D there from Allen. The Knicks leading by 6. New York moving it around. Good on the three-point shot.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, during the break, listen in with Charles Lee and his team. He said in the huddle, you got to play some defense in the paint. They're getting too much in there. Battle down low. Time to fight, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Allen, that's good. Allen's got the lead up to 11 now for New York.
Well, I like seeing Allen get this kind of position because you give him the rock there, and he can take care of the rest.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. And so he hits the technical free throw. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the field.
And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Pass to Irving. From downtown. And it's the Hornets, another three.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
The Knicks leading by 6. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And they double up James. Clock at 6. Here's Allen. And slam dunk by Allen.
And you know, guys, all it takes is inside positioning. As soon as you give Allen that, it's pretty much a wrap.
On the wing, DeRozan. Three-pointer. Jared Allen grabs the miss.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Outside. The kick out to LeBron. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Boy, LeBron just continues to perform at a very high level, which is simply incredible when you consider his age.
And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
Pass to Vucevic. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And the Hornets making a change here. Now McDaniels. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rejection by LeBron. LeBron powering in.
relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Pass to Green. Holiday with it. The kick out to Lopez. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And it's Green missing.
And, well, when you let the shot clock run down that far, that's the kind of shot you're going to end up with.
On the wing, James lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Gilgeous-Alexander. And James pulls it down. New York with the ball. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Out to White. Back to LeBron. There's the triple. Hands it from downtown.
Knicks lead 61-46.
So no problem for New York as they